Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Pure Noble. We're going to be talking about the FAL, the TR2 marksman rifle. Now, if you guys didn't know, the FAL actually showed, the TR2, aka the FAL, actually showed up in Call of Duty for the 5th time. It was originally in Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2, the Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4, the original, and then now you have it in Black Ops 6. So this is their 5th time. So I don't know if they're just adding this weapon for strictly nostalgia value, but after reviewing this weapon, it does have some validity, and that's what we're going to be talking about in this video today. So the way that you're going to unlock the FAL is through the Shadow Hunt event. Now this one, guys, it's super easy. I mean, you literally have to play the game for an hour, whether you're a casual or a sweat, grinder, non-grinder. Like, it's super easy to complete these challenges, guys. I mean, look at it. Complete 5 contracts in Warzone, 3 headshots in Warzone, 5 matches in Warzone. You're literally just playing. Loot 10 boxes in Warzone. Get 5 kills using melee weapons in multiplayer. Or is there another way that you can get it? What about for people who don't have multiplayer? It doesn't show like a Warzone option. Okay. Maybe if you only have Warzone, this already unlocks. So I don't know. 10 eliminations with custom guns, and then after that, completing all the 6 event challenges. That's when you unlock the FAL, the TR2 marksman rifle. So with these weapon reviews, guys, I don't want to take too long on it. I know you guys just want to know the verdict. Hey, is it good? Is it not good? Is it meta? Is there any point in grinding the weapon? And I get it totally, but this is just a slight in-depth analysis, maybe less than 10 minutes long, to show you the details of the weapon, what it can do, how it faces and versus against the other marksman rifles in that category, whether the time to kill is great, whether it's not good, how many shots does it take to take down somebody. You know, we'll just go through small discussions on that. But before we get into the rest of the video, guys, I just want to let you know, if you do enjoy the content so far, please drop a like to the video. This is going to get it in front of more viewers. And if you do enjoy the content overall, I advise you to please subscribe to the channel. I would very much appreciate it. And anyways, let's get started. All right, so starting with the damage category, let's start with how much damage this weapon does per bullet. Now, if it's to the head, it's going to be 61, and everywhere else to the body is going to be 44. Compare that to the other marksman rifles, you're looking at it being the 3rd highest damage dealer in all the rifles. Moving on to fire rate, which is 400 rounds per minute. That's going to be the fastest out of all the other marksman rifles when it comes to fire rate. And then bullet velocity, unfortunately, it is dead last. So it's a little weird. It's the fastest fire rate, yet it's the slowest moving bullet. Very interesting. All right, and now moving on to the shots to kill. Now this is just going to be the base weapon, no additional attachments on it. If it's to the head, it's going to be 5 shots to the head, 4, 5. And then if it's going to be to the chest, it's going to be 6 shots. So 5 to the head, 6 to the chest. And then later on, I'm going to show you a time to kill chart to see a combination of chest and head to see how fast the TTK is on this marksman. Now moving on to the recoil category. Now when we're looking at gun kick control, aka visual recoil, unfortunately this gun is dead last when it comes to showing the most visual recoil when shooting this weapon. Moving on to horizontal control, this weapon has the best horizontal control out of all the other marksman rifles, but unfortunately for vertical recoil control, it is going to be second to last when it comes to the highest amount of vertical recoil kick. Alrighty, so this is the recoil for a FAL with no attachments equipped. As you can see, constantly firing. You know, take this information with a grain of salt because everyone's recoil control is different. So this is with me trying to control it to the best of my ability. Right there, so you can see a little bit of vertical and horizontal. Now moving on to the weapon when it's fully kitted with all recoil control attachments. So as you can see here, it does remove a lot of the horizontal, and which makes sense because this weapon was ranked 1st in being the best in horizontal control, but you are still going to be seeing that vertical kick, which is totally fine. Totally understandable because it's a fast fire rate. Most times when the guns has the fast fire rate, the vertical kick is going to be slightly higher than most weapons. And then moving on to the last category, which is weapon mobility. In my opinion, I only chose sprint to fire and ADS. So sprint to fire speeds, it's going to be the 2nd fastest, and then for ADS, aim down sight, is the fastest compared to the other marksman rifles. All right, now let's move on to 2 suggestions of weapon builds that I recommend when it comes to using the TR2. So this is for the 8 attachment build if you are running gunfighter. You got the Kepler Microflex, compensator, gain twist barrel, vertical foregrip, extended mag 1, the ergonomic grip. You can go with ergonomic or CQB. It's really your preference. If you're a movement player, people would go with CQB because it has faster sprint to fire, or if you want to go with ergonomic, which is faster ADS if you're the type to hold angles and position more. Then we got balance stock and then NATO over overpressured. The reason why I want to do gain twist barrel and NATO overpressured over like long range is because this gun sucks with bullet velocity already. I want to be able to use these bullet velocity attachments to balance out its lack of bullet velocity, if that makes sense. And say you're the type of player to run extra perks rather than gunfighter itself, this is the 5 attachments that I recommend for this gun. Still a very similar build to the 8 attachments, but I think it varies slightly based on whether you play Warzone or multiplayer. So if you are playing multiplayer, this is what I recommend. We got the Kepler Microflex, Compensator, Gain Twist Barrel, Vertical Foregrip, and then we got the 7.62 NATO Overpressured. Now if you're playing Warzone, for example, the 20 bullet mag size is not going to be enough, so I recommend take off the fire mod of the NATO Overpressured, switch it out, and do an extended mag 1 instead. Last category that we're going to talk about, guys, is the time to kill. Now the red line you see here is going to be the TR2 compared to the other marksman rifles, and this is the time to kill chart. You can get this information by going to truegamedata.com. He's very accurate with his information, and I highly recommend if you want to see something more down to the books to see which weapon has the fastest TTK. So when it comes to TTK and you're looking at a 300 HP, which is a fully armored enemy, if it's only headshots, the TR2 comes into second place, being the second fastest TTK. So we're going to change shot location from head to chest. If you look at here, on close range, you're going to be seeing it being the second fastest TTK, but on mid range, when you're looking at 40 meters, it becomes the fastest TTK out of all the marksman rifles. And then when you're looking at long range distance, 60 plus meters, it now goes back to being the second fastest TTK. So this is very interesting, right? If you look at the stats, right, we talked about how it being the fastest RPM, but lowest bullet velocity. And despite that, right, when you look at the actual time to kill charts, it actually does fairly well against the rest of the other marksman rifles.
They're taking C.
So in conclusion, looking at all the stats and information we know about the FAL, is it meta? Is it going to be something viable to be able to use in multiplayer in Warzone? And in my opinion, I don't necessarily think it's a mid weapon. Strictly looking at TTK charts, it looks like it's a great weapon, but you know, you need to consider other factors about how you feel with it, how it shoots, your comfortability in controlling that recoil. You look at the latency in the match. There's other variables in there, but if we're looking at every variable being perfect, as in there's zero connection issues where there's little to no lag, you're looking at shot placements being perfect to the chest or perfect to the head, then yes, the FAL can do fairly well in Warzone or multiplayer. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think it's going to be a good weapon? Have you guys tried it so far? What is your experience with it? And what do you think? Is it going to be meta? Is it not going to be meta? Is there issues with this gun that I haven't talked about yet? Let me know in the comments below. But if anything, guys, that is all I have for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, like I said, like the video. It helps it in the algorithm tremendously. And if you did enjoy the content, please sub to the channel. All right, Noble out.